Okay, so the 3.3 practice 3 video solution set here. This is really simple stuff. I'm just going to show you a couple quick examples. This is all technology stuff. So just want to remind you how to use your calculator to do these problems. This assignment should go really quick. So for example, the first one wants you to use the polynomial root solver to solve an equation. So all you have to do here, this is really just going to apps. I'm not seeing apps. Right there, apps. Okay, and then you got to go down to polysmult 2. And then we're just going to hit enter to do the polynomial root finder. And this is once the order of the polynomial, the highest power of x is 2, so that becomes a 2. Now here's the cool thing, we can either, it says find real solutions is all we're looking for. Find all real solutions of the equation and round the solutions to the nearest 100th. So we're going to go ahead and put the first row on real, although we could find imaginary solutions if we wanted to also. We're going to make it decimal. And because we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, we'll just go ahead and go float 2. So it'll round for us. And we go next. Now all we have to do is put in the coefficients. If you have an older version of the operating system, that's okay. It'll look very similar to this. You just won't put, instead of putting in the coefficients directly, you'll just put them into a list below. But otherwise it's the same. So the coefficient of x squared needs to be 1. Plus 2x minus 2 equals 0, and then we just hit solve, and it tells us the answers, and how easy is that? So the answers are 0.73, comma, negative 2.73. Couldn't be simpler. I'm not going to show you another one because they're all the same. Solving graphically, real easy to do. Let's do, how about if we do one with the graphing calculator and we'll do one with the Desmos graphing calculator. It wants real solutions. So we'll get out of here first of all. We'll go back to the main menu and we'll quit this app. And then we'll just go into y equals. And on the calculator, all we're going to do is we're just going to graph the left side of the equation. Whatever's on the left side of the equation, we'll graph that as y1. And whatever's on the right side, graph as y2. And we'll look for the intersection of the two. And those will be the solutions. So this is going to give us 2 divided by 5x squared. And you can put the 2/5 in parentheses if you're not sure how to deal with that. You can always put fractions in parentheses. Minus 1/2 x plus 4/5. And then we get 3/10 x squared minus 1/10 x is the same thing as just x divided by 10. How about? We'll do it that way. Plus 2/5. And let's just start off by going zoom 6, and we'll see if we can see the intersections. Okay, well, we can see if we let the window go from -10 to 10, and let's just go zoom 0, how about? So the only place we could have intersections is way down there. So if we go back to let's go back to zoom fit. And if we want to see, it's hard to tell at this resolution if they actually intersect. And so let's go ahead and maybe go from, looks like from about negative, or from about 0.5 up to 123.5, something like that. Let's let the window go from 0.5 to 3.5, and we'll go zoom 0, so it'll fit the window to that. So there's the blue function stretched out on that short interval. and there's the red function, and it's still really tough to tell. Okay, so how about if we make this even shorter? How about if we go from 1.5 up to, it's 0.5, there's 1, 1.5 up to about 2.75. Oops. And so it looks like it's grazing it in one spot there. Okay, we could also try something tricky. We could go zoom box, and we could drag out a box. So it looks like it's only grazing it in one spot. Although this is it's pretty tough to tell on here, isn't it? The graphical method is sort of falling down on this one, you can see. We'd probably just want to do this one by solving with a quadratic equation or something. So let's try to find this intersection. Second calc, intersect, oops, 5. First curve, second curve, and let's just make this our guess. And it's telling us that we get 1 at x equals about 2, y equals about 1.4. So there's one solution. Now let's try the same thing, only let's scoot up to the right and see if it finds one a little further to the right. So second calc, intersect, first curve, second curve. Let's go up there. Just going to think about it. And it tells us the same answer. So we only get one solution at 2, and that's it. Okay, it just grazes it. Okay, how about one more of these? So this first one, we get negative. I'll put this one, I'll put the fractions in parentheses this time. Show you how that looks different. So negative 1/3 x squared plus 7/3 x, makes it look a little cleaner, plus 26/3, and then negative 1/2 x squared. So we move down to the other line. We're going to graph the function on the right as y2. Let's go ahead and go zoom 6. Let's go zoom 0. So it looks like maybe we get some intersections over here once again. So how about if we go from -9 to -5. So it looks like we're going to get a solution there and a solution there, intersections. So second calc, intersect first curve, second curve. We'll do the right solution first. So we'll go up here by this one. And so rounded to two places, we get negative 5.59. And then do the same thing again, second calc, intersect, first curve, second curve. We'll go way back down here. Okay, way down by that one, hit guess. And we also get negative 8.41. Okay, that's all there is to it.